Hi there. I wanted to try an experiment this summer, and I thought that I would invite you along with me. I grew up here on a farm in Alberta. This is part of the farm, and I'm back here working for the summer. And always growing up, we had to be careful of stinging nettles. And then I was reading a book about a year ago called The Women's Work by Elizabeth Wayland Barber. And in it, she talks about how stinging nettles, the fibers in the stalks, can actually be made to be used to make textiles. So I thought that was really cool and I wanted to try it. I'm also a textile science student at the University of Alberta right now, and so I thought this was an apt experiment. I'm gonna try and make yarn at least out of the nettle fiber, and if I am organized enough, I would also like to try to weave the yarn into fabric, but that seems like that might not happen. So yeah, today it's the end of June, which is kind of a little bit early for harvesting nettles. I was reading an article today that I'll link down below that was saying that you should wait until August to harvest them. I'm not really sure where the author was writing from, so it might be different because I thought I had heard June somewhere else, but I might just be making that up. Oh, I also wanted to say that like, I am definitely not unique in doing this. There's like at least one other person that I know personally who's like doing experiments with nettle fabric this summer, and we didn't talk about this at all, but I just thought it was cool that she was doing that, and it could be a sustainable option for clothing and textiles. Again, like, nettles have been used for centuries to make textiles, and we kind of like lost that art for a while, but maybe it could come back. We'll see. Okay, so I scouted out a couple of places around the farm where there are some nettles growing, and I'm picking these ones today at the end of June because I don't know if you'll see any cows. No, you can't see any cows at the moment, but there are cows in here, and they apparently enjoy eating stinging nettles, which I think is weird. But I want to get to them before they're eaten. So all of the ones that I'm harvesting today are ones that are in danger of being eaten by the cows. And then I'm hoping to come back in August and pick some other ones around the farm that aren't in danger of being eaten. I think the main difference is going to be that the ones that I harvest in August will be taller, which means that they'll give me longer fibers to work with. Yeah, so let's get picking. Alright, so we've got this lovely patch of stinging nettles right here. There's a few more just over there. Those are some that I'll be leaving for August. Some here, and then way out there, there are some rock piles where I found some stinging nettles. So I'm gonna go out there and pick some too. I've got my nice cowhide gloves, long sleeves. Hopefully I don't get stung. Alright, I think, so the article I was reading today was saying to just like cut them off near the bottom, but with other plants where you get the fiber from the stem, which are called bast fibers, you can just pull them up by the root, which actually makes the fiber longer. So that's what I'm gonna do with these, or try to do. Oh, they're very firmly rooted. Okay. There we go. There are the roots. Oh, this is fun. Oh. There are the little stingers. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and pick a whole bunch more of these, and then I'll show you what I'm doing with them afterwards. I've harvested my nettles. I got this whole sack of them. I got way more and way taller ones than I was expecting. So that's excellent. I just bushwhacked a lot to get to where I am. So I'm a little out of breath, but I'm gonna start the next step of the process and just kind of talk to you guys while I do that. So one thing I wanted to say about harvesting the nettles is over the last year, has it only been a year? I guess so. I've read a book called Braiding Sweetgrass by Kimmerer, and she talks about her experience of relating to mostly plants, but also sometimes other living things, both as a scientist and also as an Indigenous woman. And one of the things that she talks about that I really wanted to practice with this is the honorable harvest. And I think there's like various aspects to the honorable harvest, but one of them is that like you don't take more than 50% of the thing that you're harvesting. I think especially like in foraging situations. So I was a little excited and briefly forgot about that in the first patch of nettle that I was working with. So I only left a few small ones, but after that I remembered, and so I just tried to tried to only take no more than half. I don't think I even took half of the other patches that I visited because there were so many, which was great. So the next step is just to remove all the leaves, which I think I'm going to do for a while because there's so many nettles that I got, and every nettle has so many leaves. So I'm just going to be hanging out here with the mosquitoes, and I don't know if you can hear all the other wildlife in the background. And of course, it all went quiet just as I kind of stopped talking, but maybe you'll hear some as we go. I think most of it is non-dangerous wildlife, although there have been moose in here. There can be bears in the area, and occasionally even cougars, which like definitely makes me nervous. But I think we'll be fine. There are definitely coyotes around, although it's still a little early in the day for them, I think. Thought I saw something back there, but no. I am hearing like quite loud splashes in the lake next to me, which is like making me a little nervous, but the main thing that I'm worried about is wild boars, because we have those in Alberta, and just recently some escaped right in Barhead, which is only about 15 minutes drive from here, and like they are not nice creatures. So I'm really hoping that they don't come and find me. But I'm just mostly hoping that, especially while I'm talking, all the other creatures will be more afraid of me than I am of them. We're also like really close to the highway. You might hear some highway noise here and there, and really close to my parents' house. So it's not like I'm just like absolutely in the middle of nowhere. the reason why I'm here is because there is a lake, like just right here, like 3 feet from me. And once I get all of the leaves off of the nettles, the next step is to ret them. And ret is like the verb of rot. So basically you have to, anytime you're working with a bast fiber, you have to rot away the woody part of the stem to actually get to the fibers that are inside. And water and, oh no, I just touched it with my thumb. Sorry. Water and bacteria are the things that help do that. So I'll be using a process called pond retting or pool retting, where you actually submerge the nettles in water for like a week or so. Another really common method is just to like lay them out on the grass and let the dew ret them, and that takes longer. I like that would be a pretty good option for me too, but I just don't want to like put them on the lawn and then someone else doesn't know they're there and they get mowed up or something. So I just thought this would probably be like the safer option. Yeah, so basically the water will rot away, like I said, the woody part of the stem, and there's like pectin and other gluey type substances in there. So it'll rot all that away, and I'll mostly be left with fibers that I can then take and process some more so that they're ready to be spun into yarn. I think that's kind of all. Like I'm just gonna be hanging out here for a while. I scavenged some baler twine from the farmyard just to be able to like tie the nettles to, hopefully I can find like a stick or a rock or something, and then tie them to the shore so that they don't just like float out into the lake and I never see them again. But other than that, that's all I'm doing, and also like really becoming a feast for the mosquitoes. I stirred a lot of them up while I was on my way here because of course I chose like the most inaccessible path to the lake instead of like just walking around the bush. And my feet are soaked and all of the mosquitoes are angry, and it was a bad choice. I'm entirely aware of that. I think I'm gonna try and move over to a different edge of the lake that is more accessible for when I have to come back, because this was ridiculous. But yeah, here's a stalk that is leafless, and I think I don't really know what to do with the roots. I'm just gonna leave them and see what happens when they get retted. All right, so I'm on the other side of the lake now. You can see basically right over there is where I was before. So I walked all the way around, and see now over here there's just a field I can just go around the bush to get back. So yeah, this is the lake. It's really not a very big lake. It's more of a pond, honestly, but you know, we call it a lake. So here is my bundle of naked nettle stalks, and I've tied it to just like this dead branch that I found, and I am gonna go and toss it right in this area here that is accessible before you get to the really thick reeds. I don't think it's really very deep. It's probably only here because we've had a lot of rain lately, but hopefully it'll do. Oh no. Okay, that's clearly not deep enough, and also I didn't hold on to the string that was supposed to stay here. Can I? Oh no. Oh, I am very much in the water. Oh, and it smells gross. Okay. Ew. Here's what I think I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna put it there, and they're all gonna get wet, so that'll work. I'll come back in a week and see how they're doing. Oh, and I'll tie it to something over here. All right, I'm back at the house now. I made it. Apparently across the field was not really a lot more accessible because it's just pure muskeg in there, and there was a lot of water and my feet got even more wet. So I don't think I'll be wearing these shoes to work tomorrow. When I go back, I'll definitely be wearing rubber boots. So, lessons learned. One question I had for anyone who has actually worked with bast fibers before, or nettle fibers specifically, when I was removing the leaves, like when I was talking to you guys, I was kind of just like plucking them off one by one, which was super slow. And then after I turned the camera off, I realized if I just like ran my hand down the stalk, like in the direction opposite of the leaf growth. Oh, hey, Socks. That was Socks. He really wants attention right now. And I'll give it to him in a moment. Right, so I was running my hand down the stalk. It was way faster. Got the leaves off just fine. You better be able to get down from there, sir. I'm not sure he can get down. We'll see. But doing that, running my hand down the stalk, I actually ended up with several broken stalks. So I'm wondering, yeah, anyone who has processed bast fibers by hand before, is that like the best way to do it? Is there a better way? Is there a way to prevent breaking the stalks? Yeah, if you want to give me some advice down in the comments, that would be great. So for now, I'm going to go put on some dry socks, give Socks the cat some attention, and I'll see you when it's time to go back to the pond. I don't really remember what I was saying because we just found a skunk in the building that's like right there. Yep. Anyway, I'm doing this experiment. Sorry, it's a really big mosquito. Here's my bundle of naked nettle stalks. Oh, this is so gross. Oh no. All right. Oh, it smells really bad. I don't know why it smells so bad. Okay.